Hello again, sacred souls and curious wanderers. I've done some more research into some astrological topics, and so this video is another exploration, another documentation, if you will, of that series. So if you've been following along with my channel, you know that I'm deepening my own understanding of astrology and planetary alignments and energetic shifts that are happening. And as I do that, as I do some research, I then make a little video and post it to YouTube to share that journey with you all. And so today's one is really exciting. It's a really exciting energy. It's an energy that's going to be active for the next 12 months to 13 months. So it's one that's around for a little while. And it's one that we've only just entered, which is Jupiter in the sign of Leo. So I, as a Scorpio, have kind of butt heads with Leos all my life, and for the longest time I perceived my relationship with Leos to be difficult, unharmonious. I don't even know if that's a word, but you know what I mean. And so I have learned as I dive into astrology that that's not necessarily the truth, and that each sign has its own themes and characteristics and energies that it carries. And so that's usually what I'm interacting with, not the people themselves. And so, yeah, let's jump into it. Jupiter has just moved into Leo from the sign of Cancer. So we've been in this introspective sort of phase for the last year of understanding our own internal world and what it's built on, and our foundations there. And then also, what does our emotional world look like and what is our relationship with it? So for the last 12 months, I can vouch, at least for myself, in saying that I have learnt and felt so deeply over the last 12 months when it comes to relationships and my own emotions and what that's all built on, and how past beliefs that I was still holding on to unconsciously were kind of blocking me from being able to process my emotions in a healthy and balanced way. And so we're moving out of that 12-month chapter, which is exciting. And with that knowledge, with that new understanding, with the knowing of what is no longer serving and what foundations we do have built now, we're moving into the sign of Leo, which is all about creative and bold and fiery creation. It's very expressive energy, it's very fierce energy, it's very fiery energy. So we're moving from water to fire, which is obviously stark contrast, you could say. And yeah, so Jupiter itself is the planet of, I have my notes over here, which is why I'm looking away. It's the planet of expansion and luck and wisdom. And so if you mesh all of those things into the characteristics of Leo, you've got charisma, you've got confidence, you've got boldness, you've got passion, you've got creativity and confidence. And meshing those together is a super fun, potent, lively energy to be working with. And from what I found, it can be really career driven. So I feel like a lot of people are going to start during this year facing the reality of work. We put most of our time and energy into our job, right? Into getting finance so that we can live our lives. And so I feel like this next year is going to be focused quite heavily on how sustainable that is. What are you putting your energy into? How much is it costing you in the long run? And where would you like it to be? What have you wanted to release? What have you wanted to start? What have you wanted to post? What have you wanted to share? What have you wanted to embody or embrace in your life that you just haven't? For whatever reasons, you name it, like we've always got excuses and reasons as to why we haven't done something that we want to do, why we're putting it off. Is it a fear of failure? Is it because somebody told you it's not logical? Is it because you can't make money, it doesn't financially support you? Is it because you're scared of what people might think? Is it because you just lack the confidence? Well, Jupiter in Leo is telling you right now, screw all of that, do it. It is an amplifying energy, and it will amplify your success and your confidence and your growth and your understanding and your joy and your happiness and your playfulness and your loyalty if you let it, if you are embodying those things. But if you are hiding, if you're avoiding, if you're lacking, if you're lazy, it's going to amplify that too, which is going to in turn make it 10 times harder for you to keep doing the things that you've been doing for however long, let's say the last 12 months, because it's going to bring your awareness into the fact that what you are doing is not sustainable. What you have been doing is not sustainable. I know for myself, just a little bit of backstory here, I, for the last 3 months, if you are here watching, have been putting my time and my energy and my passion into what it is that I love and what it is that I want to do, and that is have a platform where I can speak and share and guide and listen and hold space and explore with other like-minded individuals. It's something I feel passionate about. It's something I can see myself doing in the future. It's something that I would love to financially support me in my future. And so I've been putting my energy there. And so Jupiter is going to amplify that now that it is in the sign of Leo. It's been in the sign of introspection. So all of those things that I've been doing, like it's not wasted. It's not, the wrong thing to be doing, but now is the time where it's going to be rewarded because I've been putting in the work. And if you haven't been putting in the work, that doesn't mean, oh, you're too late and like this next year, you've got to wait for the next cycle for this to happen. No, it's just about choosing to do those things, using the confidence that this brings. Like it's in the sign of Leo, right? Leo is fierce, they're confident, they're loyal, they're bold. It's about leadership, it's about authenticity and being unapologetically yourself. And Jupiter being the sign, that being the planet of expansion and luck and abundance and wisdom and higher education and spirituality and philosophy, this is so scrumptious. This is such a beautiful pairing. It is such a powerful pairing, and it's going to be like this for 13 months almost. So I've spoken in my Mercury retrograde video about how planets obviously have a different orbit around the sun than we do. We take 365 days, right, to do a lap. It takes Jupiter 11.98, almost 12 years to do a lap around the sun, which means that it stays in a zodiac sign for about a year before it moves into the next. So this energy is available to us all for the next year. The next year is going to be about doing that thing that you have just wanted to do for so long and not done because you're scared or you don't trust it, you don't have the utensils. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. I'm saying that to myself too. You've done the work. You're worthy of it. You know, after this year of Jupiter being in Cancer, what is important to you internally and emotionally, and you know what your emotions are linked to at this point. When Mercury comes out of retrograde towards the end of July, you're going to have that full-on clarity and use that as like a kickstart to really start embodying who you are unapologetically and what brings you to life. What is it that you're passionate about, and where are you not embracing that? When you sit at a table with your friends at a restaurant and they're all talking about the things that they love, are you sitting there quiet, not talking about, I don't know, your plants at home or the fact that you bought a book and you're so interested in it, are you hiding that about yourself because it's not something that the people around you are into? Are you working on something on the side that you've been working on for a long time and you've convinced yourself that it's just a side project and it's not something that's ever going to be seen by the world, but deep down you want it to be? You know, what are you scared of? And can you let that fall away now and allow this Jupiter in Leo energy to propel you into your next chapter? Because you're in the middle of it. You're in the middle of walking out of the old one and walking into the new one. And it's up to you to choose to allow this timing to give you the confidence and the abundance and the wealth and the good fortune and the passion that you want, that you're asking for, that you know that you have, but have been too scared to embody. So yeah, I'm just looking at my notes here. It's giving main character energy. You're now the main character of your own life. You always have been, just an FYI, but it's giving main character energy. It's giving, I want X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to have it. I'm hearing Ariana Grande's, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, like that. Oh my God, you guys. I'm getting more and more comfortable in front of the camera. I know that I don't always look at the camera. Sometimes I'm looking at myself, sometimes looking at my windows. But I'm feeling more confident talking in front of the cameras, which is awesome because Jupiter is going to amplify this energy. So I'm getting a little more goofy. Yeah, what else do we have to say about it? Okay, the shadow side. So with a sudden burst in confidence, with a sudden energy that supports our confidence, especially as those who haven't been confident throughout our lives and have maybe been that way because the people around us kind of squashed that. Don't get greedy with it. You know what I think you know what I mean. Don't allow this sudden burst of confidence to be amplified too much. So there's a beautiful balanced way to do it, which we just spoke about, but then there's also, this can turn into like arrogance. It can turn into self-righteousness. It can turn into like a lack of empathy, you know. I know as somebody who lacked confidence to do a lot because of the relationships that I was in and because of the situations I found myself in, when I started to find that confidence, I definitely did get very protective of it, and for a good reason. But it is imperative that we remain humble throughout this. That's what I'm looking for, humble. Don't get caught up in this newfound energy. Like, absolutely use it and embody it and be brave and be bold and do all of those things, but just be careful that it's not affecting anybody around you negatively and that you're not closing yourself off to listening to what other people need and what other people are confident about. Like, this is definitely a main character. Chapter is about you, book is about you, novel series is about you. But no one likes a snob, right? So, including ourselves. If you find yourself watching this, you are a soft soul. You're a curious soul, you're a wandering soul, and you're probably pretty damn hard on yourself, because I usually attract that type of energy into my field. So if you're here, you're probably one of those people too. So you definitely don't want to be tapping into an arrogant energy and then looking back at your actions later and going, that wasn't really lovely, that wasn't really nice, that wasn't really called for. And so yeah, just definitely tapping into all of those beautiful things, those yummy things, those scrumptious things, embodying it all, thanking the universe for it, taking it in. You've earned it, babe. But don't become arrogant, don't become greedy, don't become snobby, don't become rude within that process. If there are also, it's not just about embodying and partaking and embarking on those journeys that you've wanted to for ages, but it's also about starting something new. What's something, is a little journal prompt for you or a little question to sit with. What is something that has sparked your interest for a long time that you've never really sat with before? So I've been working on writing a list just this morning actually of TV shows and songs and books that pulled on some kind of heartstring for me that I feel a deep connection and a resonance to. That's not explainable. I can't really be put into words, but it's something that I love and I'm passionate about, and I admire the creativity and the process and the work and just the product itself. And so, you know, for example, the show Anne with an E, the show Outlander, there's some particular songs that I've written down there that just talk to me on a soul level. And what is it about those shows and those songs and those books and movies and poems that make you feel that way? What heartstring is it pulling, and how can you incorporate it into your everyday life? So for me, the way that Outlander is produced, or the way that it's shown to us, is that a lot of the time the main character's diary entries or personal thoughts, I would suppose, are a voiceover as the things happen. And I'm a journaler, I'm a writer, I love to do that sort of thing. So I've embodied that love that I have for the show and gone, okay, how can I write in a way that is almost like I'm taking whoever may read it on a journey and invoke some type of imagination and image in their own mind. So that's just a little example to go with those prompts and a little bit about me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. That is what I have found of Jupiter in Leo. I'm sure I will find more as we go on. Perhaps I'll film like a little 6-month check-in when we're halfway through this journey. Where were we now? And where are we now as in 6 months? And what did we do to get there? And how can we take advantage of the energy for the remaining 6 months or 7 months that's left of the transit? So yeah, if you're seeing this, this is your sign to just bloody do it. Put aside the excuses and the reasons why and the narratives that you've painted yourself and the worry of what people think. Put all of that aside and go, right, if I'm just living for myself, if I'm just embodying what it is I want to do, if I'm just putting out into the world what I really want to put out and create, what would it look like and how do I do it? Where do I begin? Take that first step and the next step will become clear, and the next step after that too. Sending you so much supportive energy. Please don't waste this opportunity to step into confidence and abundance and wealth and passion. It's such a yummy energy. If you're a fixed sign, you'll probably be feeling this the most. But yeah, I appreciate you all so much. If you made it to the end of the video, comment a lion emoji, and yeah, let me know that you made it to the end. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, ciao.